Staff, attention! Staff, forward, march!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Company O. The graduation ceremony that you are about to see is the culmination of the recruit training process and marks the beginning of a challenging future for our new Marines. For the convenience of everyone attending the ceremony, we request that you please remain in your seats until the ceremony is complete. We also ask that you do not pass in front of the reviewing stand or onto the parade deck during the ceremony. Once the ceremony is complete, please be sure to gather all of your belongings and place any trash and receptacles located behind you prior to exiting the stands. Thank you for your cooperation. The term Devil Dog is used today as a friendly reference between Marines, but the nickname has a proud history. It was first given to the Marines by German troops who fought against them at the Battle of Bellewood during World War I. In 1921, Major General Smedley Butler introduced the first Bulldog as a Marine mascot. Now entering the parade deck is Parris Island's own Devil Dog, Corporal Ofa May. Corporal Ofa May is an English Bulldog who enlisted in the Marine Corps on August 21st, 2017. She reported for recruit training on August 27th and graduated November 17th. Corporal Ofa May's handler is Lance Corporal Sanders of the Headquarters and Service Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of Troops, Captain Peterson. The staff for today's parade is comprised of officers and drill instructors from the 4th Recruit Training Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. The chaplain of the 4th Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Junior Grade Clark, United States Navy, will deliver the invocation.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. What a privilege it is to be able to share this special and, dare I say, sacred day with you. We all know that physical fitness plays an integral part in the making of a United States Marine. It's important to note that spiritual fitness is equally as important. With that in mind, I invite you to join me in a word of prayer for the Marines of Company O. Let us pray. Merciful God, as we gather together today, we give you thanks for granting courage, strength, and patience to our nation's newest Marines as they have worked to accomplish their goal. Working through a diversity of cultures and personalities, you have forged them together into a team. We thank you for seeing them through the physical, emotional, and spiritual trials of this training. Lord, you have blessed these Marines with loving families and friends who have supported each of them throughout their training. And so we thank you for gathering us safely here today to share in this sacred moment. We pray that you will continue to watch over us, our Marines, our Corps, and our country, now and forever. Semper Fidelis. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. Present-day parades in the Marine Corps have their basis in both history and tradition. The massed formation of troops on one long line at close interval made possible the massing of firepower from muzzle-loaded muskets of yesterday. In those early days, the line of battle was just that, a line of 2 or 3 ranks, and looked much like the parade formation that you are about to see today. The adjutant forms a line for battle. The Marine marching across the parade deck is Captain Glomsky. She is the parade adjutant and will very shortly give the command to begin the ceremony. Her position, when she halts, indicates where the right flank of the formation will rest. Once positioned, she will draw her sword and supervise the placement of the formation. Marines have served aboard Parris Island since 1891, and more than 1 million Marines have been trained here. They have departed Parris Island for combat and conflicts throughout the world. The misty wheat fields of Bellawood, the gritty beaches of the Pacific, the snow-capped mountains of Korea, the sweltering jungles of Vietnam, the parched desert sands of Kuwait, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and every other time and place where Marines have sacrificed for country and corps. The first called upon, the first to arrive, and the first to fight. The Marine Corps, the nation's force in readiness, has answered the call to numerous hotspots around the globe, showing the world once again that the United States Marine Corps is America's premier 911 force. Marching onto the parade ground is Company O. They began their training on February 11th, 2022, and today's graduation marks the end of a demanding and difficult 12 weeks of training. These young men and women you see marching before you have met and mastered the challenge of recruit training. They have qualified with the service rifle and received basic warrior training. They have completed over 200 hours of academic instruction and participated in a rigorous physical training program that has developed their strength and stamina for the challenges ahead. Core values have been instilled in each of them, the meaning of honor, courage, and commitment. Marching before you this morning are 288 success stories, each of them a testament to the physical courage, dogged determination, and unyielding commitment to excellence that define the title Marine. This is what they have striven and persevered for, the right to walk across the parade deck as Marines. They have earned this title through demonstrated courage and achievement, and now join the proud ranks of over 1 million Marines who have graduated from Parris Island. From this day on, they will carry on the proud legacy and history of the United States Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present to you the Marines of Company O. The platoons are being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact position for the ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove all hats for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. The parade adjutant now presents the command to the commander of troops, indicating that the parade is formed.
All present or accounted for!
4018 series! All present or accounted for!
Attention to orders! Headquarters, Marine Corps Troop Depot, Eastern Recruiting Region, Parris Island, South Carolina, 6 May 2022. Command Duty Officer of the day today is Major Ackerman. Command Duty Officer of the day tomorrow is Captain Whitworth. By order of J.L. Leathercott, Brigadier General, United States Marine Corps. Commanding Officer Center March.
At the command, officers center march. All unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that the commanding officer would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit commanders would face about, return to their units, and pass the information on to their Marines.
Stop!
Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. In keeping with the slogan, once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. We ask that those men and women in the audience who have served in the United States Marine Corps please rise. Please join us in showing our appreciation for their dedicated service to Corps and country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the commanding officer of the 4th Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Doñez.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Are we excited? There's over 3,000 of you here today, so let's try that one more time. Are we excited? I know I'm excited. On behalf of the Commanding General, Brigadier General Nethercutt, welcome to Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, and the graduation ceremony of the mightiest Company O. So I'd like to take a few seconds to reflect on the historical significance of today. In 1989, Company O was activated, but today is the first time that Company O graduates as an integrated company, making both male and female Marines. So it is only fitting that today's parade reviewing official is the National President of the Women Marines Association, a retired Marine Lieutenant Colonel, Rhonda Amtower. Ma'am, welcome to you, your husband Jim, and all the members of the Women Marines Association. We truly appreciate your support. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of today's ceremony is to recognize your Marines in formation. Many of them, and most of them, arrived here 3 months ago, but some of them have been on this island for 6 to 9 months. They have come from different parts of the country. Some have come from different parts of the world, and all walks of life. Alone and a little nervous, they stepped on to the yellow footprints. But today, they stand here together, full of confidence as United States Marines. Now that confidence is well earned, because for the past 3 months, they have been tested mentally, morally, and physically. Many of you this past week have had the opportunity to observe some of that training. Now their training culminated in their rite of passage, the Crucible, a grueling 54-hour test of selflessness, teamwork, and endurance. And throughout their training, they have come to embrace our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. And we recognize their journey, it started long before they arrived here. Each one of you built the foundation, placing them on that long, sometimes difficult, but very rewarding road that led till today. These Marines will continue to serve our country honorably. So it is the encouragement of family, friends, and all of you that enabled them to complete recruit training. So to each of you, give yourselves a round of applause. Now also assisting our Marines are our fantastic Marine recruiters. These hardworking, dedicated professionals spent countless hours in your hometowns seeking the best and most qualified applicants to become United States Marines. In fact, it was a Marine recruiter who first noticed potential in your Marine and offered them the challenge of recruit training. With us today, we have Sergeant Mason. Sergeant Mason is a recruiter at Recruiting Station Boston. Sergeant Mason recruited today's company honor graduate. Join me in a round of applause for our Marine recruiter. Finally, I'd like to recognize our iconic Marine drill instructors. This highly professional group dedicated themselves to transforming recruits into United States Marines. They have spent the last 3 months, every second of every day, teaching, training, leading, and mentoring these young men and women. In fact, it is the professionalism and the image of our Marine drill instructors that will be forever etched in the memories of your Marines. With us today are their families. I ask that their families please stand and that we offer them a round of applause for our Marine drill instructors and their families. Now, if you excuse me a moment, I'm going to address the Marines. Good morning, Marines. Good morning. 2 weeks ago, you stood on that side of the parade deck, and into your palm was placed our most cherished emblem, the eagle, globe, and anchor. That day marked the beginning of your journey as a United States Marine. Today is about you and your accomplishments. You should be very proud of what you have earned, because tomorrow, it's no longer about you. It's about the people in the stands. It's about the people across America. It's about this great nation that we serve, because Marines win our nation's battles. It is about that Marine to your left and to your right. It is about those Marines who you have not even met. And it is about our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. Remember that, Marines, and you will do well. Now, on behalf of everyone aboard Marine Corps Recruit Depot Parris Island, congratulations. Fair winds and following seas, and Semper Fidelis. Ladies and gentlemen, our Corps' newest Marine, the Marine of the mightiest Company O.
The parade reviewing official for today's graduation ceremony is Lieutenant Colonel Rhonda L. Amtower, United States Marine Corps, retired. Mrs. Rhonda L. Amtower was born in Monroe, Louisiana, and grew up in San Jose, California. In 1975, she achieved her Bachelor of Arts in Spanish through San Jose State University and enlisted in the Marine Corps, where she enjoyed a 25-year career in both enlisted and officer positions in the intelligence field. Mrs. Amtower was the first enlisted woman Marine to attend and graduate the Defense Language Institute in Monterey, California, where she studied Mandarin Chinese. She was accepted into the enlisted commissioning program and was commissioned a second lieutenant in August 1977, and later received the military occupational specialty of Basic Intelligence Officer. For several years, she will have held various assignments in the intelligence field, including additional MOSs of Imagery Officer, Chinese Foreign Area Officer, and Joint Service Officer. In 1986, she was selected as the first female Marine officer to serve in the Defense Attaché program and spent the next 2 years as the Assistant Naval Liaison Officer in Hong Kong. From 1990 to 1992, Mrs. Antower served as the Executive Officer of the 4th Recruit Training Battalion. Her personal awards include the Defense Meritorious Service Medal, Meritorious Service Medal Second Award, Joint Service Commendation Medal, Navy Commendation Medal, Joint Service Achievement Medal, and the Navy Achievement Medal. She's also the recipient of the Women Marines Association WMA National Service Award. Rhonda joined WMA in 1989 while stationed in Tustin, California, and is a life member of the national and local DC chapter. She has served in WMA from the chapter to national level in positions ranging from a chapter president, national area director, second vice president, and first vice president before assuming the position of national president from 2008 to 2012. She continued to serve as a member of the National Board of Directors as the immediate past president from 2012 to 2018. In 2018, she once again assumed the position as the WMA National President and will continue to serve on the board until the end of the 2020-2022 term of office. Now taking her position in the reviewing area is Lieutenant Colonel Rhonda L. Antower, United States Marine Corps, retired. She is being escorted by Lieutenant Colonel LeBeau, Executive Officer, Recruit Training Regiment, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, South Carolina.
Morning, man. The parade is forward. Hi, man. Stop. Sit. Order! Oh! Clap! Hey! Review! One! Foot!
During the pass and review, we ask that as the national colors pass before you, please rise. After they have passed, please be seated. Commander of Troops, Captain Peterson. His company First Sergeant is First Sergeant Gartland. The Paris Island Marine Band, under the direction of the Drum Major, Gunnery Sergeant Shear, and the enlisted conductor, Gunnery Sergeant Matt. And the graduating Marines of the 4014 series. Her Chief Drill Instructor is Gunnery Sergeant McNeil Smith. The Senior Drill Instructor of Platoon 4014 is Staff Sergeant Trujillo. He is assisted by Drill Instructors Staff Sergeant Mastrocola, Staff Sergeant Martin, Sergeant Scruggs, and Sergeant Laudenslager. The Honor Platoon for Company O is Platoon 4015. The Senior Drill Instructor is Staff Sergeant Sanchez Lawson. She is assisted by Drill Instructors Staff Sergeant Moreno, Sergeant Porter, and Sergeant Alamon. The Senior Drill Instructor of Platoon 4016 is Staff Sergeant Lisbon. He is assisted by Drill Instructors Staff Sergeant Gaines, Sergeant Hamilton, Sergeant McGill, and Sergeant Anderson. The Regimental Color Guard. The Color Sergeant is Sergeant Martinez. Captain Macheski and the graduating Marines of the 4018 series. His Chief Drill Instructor is Staff Sergeant Tejas. The Senior Drill Instructor of Platoon 4018 is Staff Sergeant Kunanen. He is assisted by Drill Instructors Staff Sergeant Parrish, Staff Sergeant McAdoo, Staff Sergeant Fowler, and Staff Sergeant Moore. The Senior Drill Instructor of Platoon 4019 is Staff Sergeant Williams. She is assisted by Drill Instructors Staff Sergeant Troy, Staff Sergeant Harris, and Sergeant Wallison. The Senior Drill Instructor of Platoon 4020 is Staff Sergeant Kelly. He is assisted by Drill Instructors Staff Sergeant Granois, Sergeant E. Evans, and Sergeant Masonette Gomez. Passing in front of the reviewing area is Private Oka May 2 and her handler, PFC Rallis Canales. Private Oka May 2 is an English bulldog who enlisted in the Marine Corps on March 14, 2022, and reported for recruit training with Company O, where she mastered all the skills required to earn the historical title of Depot Mascot. Ladies and gentlemen, the company commander of Company O, Captain Peterson. The new Marines carrying the platoon guidons have been selected as the honor graduates for their platoons. They will now retire their guidons.
Personnel to be awarded. Center. March.
The platoon guidons that are about to be retired have been the identification flags of each platoon throughout recruit training. To each, the guidon is a symbol of spirit, dedication, teamwork, and unit identity.
Retire the guidon!
Forward! March!
The commanding officer of the 4th Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Doñez, will present the High PFT and Honor Graduate Awards. Lieutenant Colonel Doñez is accompanied by the 4th Recruit Training Battalion Sergeant Major Rivera. We would like to thank the Marine Corps Association for providing the awards today. Please hold your applause until all the awards have been presented. The honor graduate for Platoon 4014 is PFC Jones. PFC Jones is from Raleigh, North Carolina, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Whitman. The honor graduate for Platoon 4015 is PFC Vasquez. PFC Vasquez is from San Antonio, Texas, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Wander. The honor graduate for platoon 4016 is PFC Simons. PFC Simons is from Shelbyville, Tennessee, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Fletcher. The honor graduate from platoon 4018 is PFC Marcel. PFC Marcel is from Bayshore, New York, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Ilieto. The honor graduate from platoon 4019 and most physically fit Marine of Company O is PFC Path. PFC Path achieved a physical fitness score of 600 out of 600 possible points. PFC Path is from Battleground, Washington, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Parker. The company honor graduate for Company O is PFC Marquez of platoon 4020. PFC Marquez is from San Diego, California, and was recruited by Sergeant Mason. Marching onto the parade ground is the primary marksmanship instructor of platoon 4014, Sergeant Flo. The high shooter of Company O with a score of 333 out of 350 possible points is PFC Lewis. PFC Lewis is from Lewisburg, North Carolina, and was recruited by Sergeant Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, the distinguished graduates of Company O.
Halt! March!
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of Anchors Aweigh, which represents the historic partnership and shared legacy of the United States Navy and the Marine Corps, followed by the Marines hymn and the final dismissal. If you have served or are currently serving in the United States Marine Corps, we invite you to sing along to the Marines hymn. Ladies and gentlemen, the First Sergeant of Company O, First Sergeant Gartland.
sir. First sir, go. 40 sword. Yes, sir. Senior drill instructors, dismiss your platoons.
The senior drill instructors will now dismiss their platoons. This is the last and probably the most welcome order the new Marines receive from their senior drill instructors. Thank you for attending today's graduation ceremony.
Go, 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 go.